something has to be done because the expense of living in the post is quite high.
One popular idea to bring down the cost of living in Painted Post is to dissolve the village as long as there's some kind of tax break. Should they or shouldn't they? The debate on the merger of Painted Post continues tonight. The latest developments on that story. Good evening, I'm Renata Steele.
I'm Scott Cook. Thanks for choosing Twin Tier tonight in high definition. Now, as we reported, the study surrounding a petition used to get signatures to support dissolving Painted Post into Irwin has run into some trouble based on outdated information.
But the push to bring the decision to a vote is still on. WENY TV's Candace Cole's live in the studio with the latest. Now, Candace, there's a sticking point in this debate.
That's right, Renata, and there are two distinct sides of that debate who see this latest issue in very different ways.
The latest sticking point? Water. Painted Post sells its gas to drilling companies and makes a pretty penny. If the village dissolves into the town of Irwin, they can only use the money on water facilities. Right now, that money helps pay for things like improvements to roads and new fire trucks. Village trustee Rick Thorne says the study, which petitioners in favor of dissolution base their findings on, doesn't take water sales into account.
If we were to merge with Irwin, is the water money, the way we understand it, can only be used on the water system in a town form of government. We have a legal opinion that says that the village can use the water money for any way we see fit.
Petitioners say expenses to improve the infrastructure would be there regardless.
We may see immediate cost savings from the water payments, but in the long run, we've still got $3 to $4 million of improvements to be done, which were cited in the CGR study, that regardless we're going to have those expenses. That's not going to cause a permanent reduction in our taxes.
The CRG study originally said residents would save 44% on their taxes if Painted Post were to dissolve, but trustees did their own study, which found savings of only about 8%. Many residents are mostly concerned with what is going to keep money in their pockets and still side with dissolving.
I'd been leaning towards it from what I had heard, just because the expense of maintaining the village is so high. Our incomes have not risen. My husband and I are both disabled, and we cannot increase our income.
The referendum to dissolve is set for earlier this year, and there will be a Save the Post meeting at 7 p.m. tonight. We'll have that for you at 11. For WENY TV News, I'm Candace Cole.